Be strong. What does it mean to be strong? When the heart aches and there is no hope in sight. When holding back tears no longer helps. When the road is rough and it weighs you down. How do we stay strong? Stay strong in community because there is a better life in leading others. Though our lives may not be perfect and we can't promise you there will be days without the dark clouds, but we can promise to be there when it rains and when it hurts. We will be there with you when all seems bleak. We will guide you to wholeness. We are living your dreams.
What should a father do? Let's look at it. Let's bridge the slide. Number one, a father should. Let's bridge the slide. What should a father do? Smash the silence. Smash the silence. Conversation is food to women. Conversation is food to women. If you're a father, you must learn to talk with your girl. Let her talk with you. Women connect emotionally through conversation. And daddy, you must have that conversation with your girl. Lack of talk is evidence of rejection. Women have 20,000 words a day. Men have 7,000 words. That's why, you know what causes fight in marriages? Before the day comes to an end, your 7,000 is finished. She's now at 14,000. So you can't engage such a person in a fight. When your own has finished, she's just started. Imagine if your wife decides to use war of words, you join. Where will you, by the time you start, you have said 2 or 3 or 4 words, you have said 4,000 at home, at work, said 1,000 on the road. Before you get home, everything is finished. So that's why women, sometimes you'll be talking, your wife, husband will keep quiet. He's not keeping quiet because he's a fool. He's keeping quiet because he can't find anything to say. And now that you have learned it now, please reduce the talk. Men, smash the silence. Talk with your daughter. Find out what is in her mind. Don't be afraid to talk. As you are talking, you are connecting with the girl. These are the 3 things they need. They need talk. The second thing they need the touch. You must kill the skin hunger or touch deprivation. And you know, sometimes what the problems fathers have, that this girl now has gone through puberty. The things that are not there, now she has breast. So the father is withdrawing from her because the father does not want to touch her in such a way that it will become like the father is abusing her. In not trying to abuse the girl, you eventually not touch the girl at all. Female children must be touched. Look at your neighbor. Say, female children must be touched. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. They must be touched. Girls equate love with touch. They must be touched. Touch your daughter. Hug her. I'm not saying don't hug your son. Hug your daughter. Some of us, you have never been hugged. You see hug as a sign of weakness. So even when your daughter is trying to hug you, you are hugging her like this. Because you can't imagine that a man should hug. But your daughter needs that hug for her self-esteem to be intact. You need to hug your daughter. And where there is no father figure, we need to, mother, you need to find a father figure, a healthy father figure for your child who will hug the child in a healthy manner. And when you're giving your child to a healthy father figure, please make sure you have such intimate relationship with your child that when the hug has gone from hug to the sister of hug, that your child is able to tell you that this one is no more hug. Do you know how many fathers have sexually abused their daughters? A man said that he was doing an interview, having an interview with girls, and he put these girls together. Many of them are very accomplished women, and majority of them were angry with their father. And one particular girl said, I yearned for my father to touch me, to hug me, to spend some time. But my father kept saying, I need to go make money. And he said, I understand that my father has to make money. But that little time of hugging me, my father never did it. He said, so each time he's talking to the father is on the phone. Each time he's talking to the father is on the phone. So she has grown, she has left home. So this particular day, when she returned home, the father had died, holding the phone on the hand. And then she wrote and said, all the time I was desiring to have a talk time and a touch time with you. You didn't have the time. Now you have died. The phone is on the floor. Touch your female children. The last one is invest time on them. Invest time. Time. Invest time. How many of you know that time can do for you what money can do? You know why I hate the orphan spirit? I hate the orphan spirit because many of us equate time to money. Say, what will I do for you? I bought you a car. I built the best house. Some of your mates are not in this kind of house that I built for you. So, for children, love is spelled as time. You must create time. I know you love football. I know you are a good fan of Manchester, but you're going to create time. Listen, all of us are going to do it. And don't wait to get married before you start creating time. Start creating time now. And you can't be talking with your children and your eyes on television or your hands on the phone. All of us must learn it. By the time you start learning it, you master it. Let me tell you something. You see these children that we have here? They are very smart. There was a drawing that we did on the wall. A drawing. I came and looked at the drawing. I didn't see that the drawing, one finger was 4, one was 5. I didn't see. The next day, a child came, looked at the drawing, said, hey, one finger is 4, one finger is 5. And I looked at the drawing. I said, it's true. He called the name of the cartoon character and said, 4 fingers, 4 fingers, 5 fingers. That was when, the person I'm talking about is about 3 or 4, 3-year-old. That's when I now looked. I have seen that thing 7 times. I didn't see 3 fingers and 4 fingers. 4 fingers. I said, and I asked myself, how did this child see 5 fingers or 4 fingers? That's when God told me. You see, when you do something to children, it drives deep into them. They will not be able to express it in words, but their soul has internalized it. That's why we must create time. Your children will need. I know that you're running up and down from Dangote to this. I know. I understand. I know you're trying to make sure you're a billionaire before you turn 40. I understand all of that. But we're going to create time. And if God has not, life has happened and your husband is not there, the father is not there, we must find father figures. And I want you to see that in the society, the devil has been doing everything to eliminate men. Eliminate men from the church and put them on the streets. It's in the Bible. When Moses was born, there was all hell broke loose to destroy all the men. Moses was hidden. When Jesus was born, all hell broke loose to destroy all the men. Jesus was saved. Men, can't you see? Can't you still see this thing? Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, they carried them and put them inside the fire for fire to burn them. The devil understands that if you can destroy the one carrying the seed, because even if you have egg, you will still need seed. If you can eliminate the men from the church and put them on the streets, parenting will be difficult. It will be difficult to establish the kingdom of God on earth. If you can keep our men busy, it's in the Bible. Let me show you again. When Moses came to say, please release these people so they can come and worship for 3 days. What did Pharaoh say? Pharaoh said, give them more work. Now when they are working, make sure they don't have straw. so that they can struggle and not have time with their family. What does the enemy do? He tries to strangulate our finances so that you will not have time for your family. So you are running from pillar to post. But there is kingdom finance. There is a way to get the tree to provide the money. There's a way to get, listen, we use a different ordinance than the ordinances on earth. I'm not teaching on that. But kingdom men have not learned how to take advantage of the system of the kingdom to get things to happen for us. Nehemiah said, we have told them, what Nehemiah said, we have told them that our God can protect us. Ezra, we have told them that God, we cannot go back and start begging them to do for us what we said that God can do. Meshach, Shadrach, Abednego, men, you know what they said? They said, oh king, we will not bow to you. Our God will deliver us. Even if our God will not deliver us, we still will not bow to you. The devil has eliminated kingdom courage from men. The idea is that so that they cannot worship. So give them no straw. Take away straw from them. Let them do the work. No straw. So what did they do? They turned against God. There are many men who are angry with God because they are angry with their father. And if you have that kind of system, how do you now deploy love to your children? I want to use this opportunity and plead to every man in the house. You need to provide time to give touch. You need to. I can't remember my dad hugging me any day. I can't remember. But there are some of you that had that opportunity. He didn't understand. And the way our men are also trained in Africa, they are not trained to show emotions. You are trained to say, men don't cry. Men don't cry. Your son is about to cry. You say, Junior, keep quiet there. Men don't. Meanwhile, Jesus wept. Jesus did not only cry, he wept. You say, you're a man, don't cry. So what is he doing? He's stuffing emotion somewhere. He's stuffing emotion. He can't cry. If he cries, it's a sign of weakness. He hasn't learned how to cry. So when it is time to be wicked, he can't look back because that's the only emotion he understands. So when you are crying, he doesn't understand tears because he himself have not gone through kind of thing. So you can open your door like this and kick your wife out of the house. I plead with our men. There is work to be done. May God, who created heaven and earth, there are men who are still today trying to prove to their father that they can achieve. After Sunday service, a man sent me a very beautiful text message. A very beautiful text message. And on this note, we're going to close. As I was preaching, I didn't know I was talking to people. I thought I was talking to myself. I got home. You know, those of us who preach, words of encouragement. My mother, he said, Mama, I have no regret being your son. God bless you and your entire family. May you continue to cure desert places in all spheres of life. I am indeed blessed by today's teaching. Mother, my biological father never affirmed me, but I promised myself I must take care of him. And I have been doing so. Only last week he called me and was crying that if not for me, he would have long been dead. I just told him he should thank God. Right now, I remember you and Papa's teaching, and today's message was just for me. Thank you. Me and my husband, our hearts are broken over the society. Completely broken. Our hearts are broken more that the children of God equate the promises of God only when something physical has happened. Our hearts are broken that we look at our world, we look at our country, values almost have gone. And we're asking ourselves, where do we go from here? I was at Protea last week, and a lady walked up to me. Pastor K, I said yes. He said, first of all, I want to thank you. He said, the fine, refined young men that work with us. He said, each time we turn around and say, how did you learn? He said, they taught me in my church. Here we teach you culture. We're not just teaching you to make money. Anybody can use anything to make money. But there is a character that should follow money. You don't make money and throw away your family. One of our daughters said, he said, I will always thank Pastor Ben for my daughters. Because she lost her marriage very, very early in life. She took her 2 girls and submitted to Pastor Ben. And that became a father figure. Not only have they graduated from school, one of them, if I remember, 2 of them have finished the masters successfully, still serving the Lord, still interested, burning in the Holy Spirit. We can't do this life alone. Money is good, but everybody must turn around and say, I'm someone's father. Everybody must turn around. There are many girls every day who have no father to touch them, who have no father to invest time to say, why are you bleaching? What's really the problem? There are many girls. There are many girls who are in the universities. Their fathers, parents kept them there because they don't have time. So for them to have time, they have to put the girls there. Do you know that when my children were in secondary school, there was a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old in the boarding school of the secondary school. The parents are busy. So they bring the 2-year-old and they hand over to a school teacher, house teacher, and they go away. So when I go to people, they say, where are their parents? He said, Mama, they are in the boarding house. I say, why? The parents are busy. Today they are in Switzerland. Tomorrow they are in London. Next tomorrow they are in Japan. They are trying to make, so they give the child everything the child wants. 2-year-old in the boarding house. Lift your hand, say, Father, help me. Try it again. Say, Father. Yes, Lord, I heard. Say, Father. Say, Father, help me. Try it one more time. Say, Father, help me. Everybody, look at me as we begin to pray. What heart, Sister Irene, what heart will a girl have to conceive a child? First month, second month, third month, fourth month, you step into an abort. When my daughter told me today, I almost fainted. I said, where did you read it? He said, it's on Chinto. She kept quiet. He said, culture. But where are the fathers? Maybe next week I'll now start talking about the mothers. I can talk to you and talk to you. We went to have a dinner with one of our family members. A little child was left in one of these big, powerful universities in Edo State, secondary school in Edo State, because the parents are busy. They don't come for what's that thing? Visiting day. They don't have time for visiting day. They don't have time for anything that looks at it. They don't have time at all. So that little child was now dependent on the other older boys who were punishing him mercilessly. And they have also come from a dysfunctional home. When they want to punish at times, they will put hot iron on fire and put on another. See, that thing that happened in school that all of us are shouting, it has been happening. It has been happening. Many children have died in that condition. But he said that child had grown now, is now in the senior part of secondary school. Even teachers are afraid of the child. All the other students are afraid of that. I still call him a child. You know why? He never grew. Life did not give him the opportunity to grow. I close. If you're a man, when a girl comes to marry you, she's looking into you to see the good things she saw in the lives of her father. Sometimes in trying to find that indices, she ends up with a very powerless choice. She marries nonsense. Then she is in a deeper soup than she was before. Men, wake up. Oh. Wake up. I didn't leave my house at 13 because I went to answer the work of God. I left my house at 13 because there was no father. Is it healthy to leave home at 13? He said, but it's the work of God. That God just rearranged the plan and asked my husband. I had so many things to suffer. I was battling with a lot of emotional structures. You can't grow up without a father. Spiritual fathers must take their place. Business fathers must take their place. Political fathers must take their place. Please, we need to let men know that when a girl is coming around you, please, you must be balanced, not to make it end in the bed. Because once it ends there, the emotional structure cannot continue. Emotion is like pregnancy. If you abort it ahead of time, it cannot fulfill its potentials. I pray today that every man here will understand that these girls who are either doing this and doing that and doing that is because you are absent. So they can arise and take your place. Everybody stand up.
Be strong. What does it mean to be strong when the heart aches and there is no hope in sight? When holding back tears no longer helps? When the road is rough and it weighs you down? How do we stay strong? Stay strong in community, because there is a better life in leading others. Though our lives may not be perfect, and we can't promise you there will be days without the dark clouds, but we can promise to be there when it rains and when it hurts. We will be there with you when all seems bleak. We will guide you to wholeness. We are living your dreams.